And we are joined now by our old buddy Draymond Green. Golden State Warriors going to be playing at home against the Dallas Mavericks in the third game of our 5 today. Dre, how you doing?
I'm great, fellas. How y'all doing? What's going on, Ernie?
Hey, we are good, Draymond. Thanks. And look, I'll just get this out of the way real quick. It looks like Christmas joy has returned to the Bay Area. Looks like everything's okay from what I read after you and Steve Kerr had a little something going on the other night. So,
Kerfuffle.
Yeah, kerfuffle. Good use of that word, or whatever that means.
Spell it.
You know, no one can. So, how's things, Draymond?
Things are great. You know, we had a great day yesterday. We had a great practice, some great conversations. On not only just that, you know, and I'm really happy that I left that huddle when I did, because then it allowed us yesterday to just move forward and talk about what we needed to talk about and the things that we need to get done with this team. I think we're starting to play a lot better. So it was good to mitigate the damages, continue to move on. We've been together for a very long time, and stuff happens. So I'm excited, you know, to continue playing and get out there today and go get a win.
Draymond, I could tell that wasn't your first argument with Steve, but as a leader, do you feel it was wrong for you to leave the bench?
Nah, Shaq, and be that Steve and I have had those moments, I felt like I knew a better way to handle it. I just thought it was very heated, and it wasn't going to change. And so I thought it was best for me to get myself out of the moment, allow, you know, things to go down. And I thought our team was playing great. Like we weren't hitting shots, but we were playing a great game. And I didn't want one thing to become two, you know. So let that moment happen, remove myself. We have a good enough team to go continue playing great and win the game, which we did. And I thought that was the best thing to do. Instead of sitting in that moment, continues to fester, things continue to build. All of a sudden, things are said that you can't come back from tomorrow. And so I thought, you know, that was a huge moment of growth for me, of not just standing there, sitting there arguing with Steve, but getting out the way, allowing our team to play great and get a win that we needed.
You know, Dre, between you, Steph, Jimmy Butler, and Al Horford, do you ever worry about running out of Ben Gay and Azor-Bean Jr. because y'all old-ass bodies?
Azor-Bean Jr.
Shaq, tell him icy hot, Shaq. What's he talking about?
Azor-Bean Jr. You're showing your age.
Yeah, I got that. I didn't know what that was, but you. I didn't know what Azor-Bean
I know exactly what you're talking about.
No.
Hey, Chuck, you know what? Guys are getting older, which I think all of you would agree is a blessing in this league. You know, anytime you can grow older in this league, I think you've done a great job. There's no secret that we are getting older. It'll be great to get Al back on the court. We haven't had Al much this year. But for the most part, you know, guys have had injuries that, you know, you get hit. You know, I've had an ankle injury or a foot injury. You know, Steph has had the contusions. And so I think, you know, we're doing a pretty good job. Rick Celebrini is great at keeping everybody healthy and going. We just got to win some games. But overall, you know, I think we still do this at a high level, and we know what we got to do to take care of our bodies, which growing old does give you, you know, the opportunity to learn your body and what it needs. And so we just got to win games, and we're starting to do that. But we got to put a bunch of wins together. But I don't really worry about the health. I think we're a pretty fairly healthy group.
Draymond, you know, going back to the incident as well.
You gonna beat the dead horse?
No, it's a different way to ask a question that maybe you hadn't done instead of worrying about Azor-Bean Jr.
And liniment.
But so for me, you know, as a leader of the team that you are, do you ever be fearful that the younger players, because you guys are split, like you got half old, half young, the younger players, they don't understand the relationship that you might have had with Steve for so long, that you could maybe have these spats or had these spats, where they can look at it and go, well, is this the proper behavior for me when I don't like what Steve is doing, or some coach later down the line?
I mean, listen, I think with younger guys, you're building an example every day, right? Like, it's not just one moment, or when a moment goes wrong, that's the moment those guys get to see. You know, I think, you know, these guys are around us each and every day. One of the best environments in the NBA, one of the best organizations in the NBA. They have the opportunity to come up under that. you have a heated moment in a heated situation, that's not the thing that takes the cake. And that's why you do all of your work day in and day out to be a great example for young guys so they know what it is that they're following. I think, you know, and the sport that we play, which is, you got to have very high level of testosterone in this sport to compete at a high level. Sometimes things don't quite go that way. But, I think oftentimes, Kenny, people look at certain moments and be like, man, that one moment defines everything. We live in a world where media dominates everything and people see one moment and they think that defines everything. But for us, in our situation, you've built up that cachet. You've built up the reputation of what it's like to be a leader every day, what it's like to go hard every day. And you've built a relationship with these guys. And so because you do all of that work on a daily basis, I don't worry about, one moment or something defining what these young guys see because we know the example that we set on a daily basis for them.
Hey, Draymond, you talked about your trainer, Celebrini. Have you had a chance to see his son play? He was the #1 pick in hockey last year. He's flat out balling right now.
He's insane, Chuck. It's crazy, man. I've known Mac. Let's see, Rick's been here since 2017 to 2018. So I've known Max since he was like 12 years old, 11, 12 years old. And he would come to our facility with his hockey puck. And he, as humble as he is now, he was then, a little more shy back then. But me, I go up to him, I'm asking the tough questions like, Mac, man, you great. You're going to be the number, like they saying you great. You're going to be the #1 pick. And he'd be like, I'm working hard, and it's like to see who the kid has grown up to be. It's one of the most amazing things, but he's always had, since I met him, he's always had the determination. He's always had his hockey stick in his hand. And, I had the opportunity to go down last year and see his first game opening night where he scored the 360 goal. I mean, he is one of the most incredible players, and I think he's going to be the face of the NHL for the next 10 to 15 years.
Draymond, let me get back to the NBA real quick, looking ahead to your game with the Dallas Mavericks. You guys haven't played yet this year. First look at Cooper Flagg. What can you tell me about him from what you have seen or what you have watched?
Well, I thought early on a lot of people tried to judge him. He was playing the point guard. And I had actually said on my podcast, like, I think the season's going to get a lot better for Cooper Flagg once they move him away from the point guard position. So oftentimes people think just because you're a great ball handler or a great decision maker that makes you a great point guard, and it doesn't, and I don't think Cooper had ever played the point in his life, and he come into the NBA, started off the season playing the point guard. But you look at those numbers right there, those numbers are with him playing the 4 or 3 or 4 and slide back to his natural position. I think Cooper Flagg is a stud. One thing I can appreciate about him is he does it on both ends of the floor. He's figuring it out offensively, how to get to his spots, and then defensively, he's to be reckoned with on the defensive side of the ball. So, I think Dallas got a bright future with Cooper Flagg, and it's been impressive to see. Like, some guys, it takes 20, 30, 40 games till you start seeing it. It took him about 10 games, and you've seen him rounding the form and playing great basketball.
Dre, we appreciate you getting up early out there. It's, 8:20, 8:25 in the morning out there on a game day?
Yes, sir.
We appreciate you. Open the presents, do all that stuff.
Merry Christmas, Dre.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, fellas. I appreciate y'all. It's great to see y'all, man. We've been missing y'all, seeing y'all on the tube. It's great to see y'all, fellas.
We're going to have you back in once the playoffs start.
See, uncalled for, Dre. Uncalled for.
Bang, bang.
Okay, you're back on the naughty list.
Come on, man.
I don't let me talk to you like that, Draymond.
Man.
Jack, we'll bring our rings, man. We'll bring our rings. We'll share them with Chuck.
Have a great one, Draymond Green. Appreciate you, man.